Welcome back with another video on tryhackme.com. This is Zahir Nazir and we are doing Windows Fundamentals 1. Before we do that, as you can see on the top of the screen, they are launching Advent of Cyber 2024. It will start from 1st of December and we will be doing that each day. They will release the new challenge. So stay tuned for that. So in the meantime, we're gonna resume where we had left on the cybersecurity 101 path. So this time we're gonna do the Windows Fundamentals 1. Okay, this is the first one. We have two more paths, two more rooms after that, and then the fourth room, which was not there before, but now they have added it as well. So as you can see, I already started my attack box and also deployed the target machine here. Let's get started. It will take 30 minutes, and in the part 1 of the Windows Fundamentals module, we will start our journey learning about the Windows desktop, the NTFS file, new technology file system, I think, UAC, user access control, and the control panel and more. Okay. So we already deployed introduction to Windows. As you can see, the Windows laptop is there. The Windows operating system OS is a complex product with many system files, utilities, settings, and features, etc. This module will attempt to provide a general overview of just a handful of that make up the Windows OS, navigate the user interface, make changes to the system, etc. The content is aimed to those who wish to understand and use the Windows OS on a more comfortable level. Press start machine button. We already did so. We have the machine IP address, the username is administrator, password is let me in 123 and exclamation. Okay, so this is how you're gonna do the remote desktop. All right, and the remote FX. Do we have remote? Yeah, we have remote desktop. Let's try this. So the IP address is 10.10.63.137. I'm gonna connect. Password is, so the username is administrator. Password is let me in 123 exclamation, as you can see. Okay, and we will be logged in. Accept the certificate when prompted. You will be logged into the remote system now. The virtual machine may take up to 3 minutes to load. Alright. Read above and start the virtual machine. We have done so. We are on streak 3. Awesome. Task 2, Windows Edition. Okay. The Windows operating system has a long history dating back to 1985. Oh wow. Currently, it is the dominant operating system in both home use and corporate networks. This is true because of the user friendliness. Okay. Because of this, Windows has always been targeted by hackers and malware writers. Windows XP. Okay, let's accept this certificate. Windows XP was a popular version of the Windows and had a long-running Microsoft announced Windows Vista, which was a complete overhaul of the Windows operating system. There were many issues with the Windows Vista. It wasn't received well by Windows users and it was quickly phased out. Okay. Microsoft server had closed the connection because it conflicts with another connection. Try again later. Okay, sure. Reconnect. Okay, so we already connected here. If we go to the Win, and this is our THM. Okay, so Win is already connected. All right, so we don't need to go through again here. So we are already into the Windows. All right. There were many issues with the Windows Vista. It wasn't received well by Windows users, and it was quickly phased out. Okay, one thing we need to check. Is there any way? So this is remote desktop that we can use, I think, on the Kali Linux. Okay, because we already logged into, so we're not gonna use it. So let's continue. Okay. Here we are. which was complete overhaul of the Windows operating system. There were many issues with the Windows Vista. I personally faced many issues with Windows Vista, but it was pretty good visually. It wasn't received well by Windows user and it was quickly phased out. Actually, Windows Vista and Windows 7 was really good. When Microsoft announced the end of the life date for Windows XP, many customers panicked. Corporations, hospitals, and etc. scrambled and tested the next viable Windows version, which was Windows 7, against many other hardware and devices. Vendors had to work against the clock to ensure their products worked with Windows 7 for their customers. If they could not, their customer had to break their agreement and find another vendor that upgraded their products to work with Windows 7. It was a nightmare for many. Microsoft took note of it. Windows 7, as quickly as it was released soon after, was marked with an end of support date. Windows 8.x came and left. It was short-lived, like Vista. Then arrived Windows 10, which is current Windows operating system version. For desktop, we have Windows 11 as well, which is pretty good. I'm running Windows 11, as you can see. Windows 10 comes in two flavors, Home and Pro. Usually Home is for home user, Pro is usually used by gamers and professionals. You can read the difference between the Home and Pro users here, Pro versions of the Windows here. Even though we don't talk about servers, the current version of the Windows operating system for server is Windows. No, it is not true. It is, I think, Windows Server 2022. I don't know if there is a newer version of 2024 or not, but I know that Windows Server 2022 is there. Many critics like to bash on Microsoft, but they have made long strides to improve the usability and security with each new version of the Windows. The Windows edition for the attached VM is Windows Server 2019 standard, as seen in the system information. Okay, let's check system information. So here is the Windows Server standard, and all of the things are here. 2 GB of physical RAM. We can do one more thing, by the way, WinVer. So this will basically give you the Windows server that you are running with along with the version. Okay, and if it is licensed or not. I click on OK. Okay. Update: as of June 2021, Microsoft announced the retirement date of Windows 10 here. Microsoft will continue to support at least one Windows 10 semi-annual channel until October 14, 2025. I already upgraded to Windows 11. As of October 5th, 2021, Windows 11 now is current Windows operating system for end users. Read more about this here. We're gonna pass on and continue. What encryption can you enable on Pro that you can't enable in the home? Bit encryption. Let's see it here before we answer. So here is the Windows 11. 11 feature, but where is the compare? A new era, explore, meet Windows 11, smart security, whatnot, journey. Okay, let's search about it. Windows 10 Home. What says Pro? We'll find something here. BitLocker device encryption. So this is BitLocker. BitLocker. Yay, okay. Let me delete this and continue from here. Task 3, desktop GUI, right? The Windows Desktop, aka Graphical User Interface, or GUI, in short, is the screen that welcomes you once you log into a Windows 10 machine. Traditionally, you need to pass the login screen first. The login screen is where you need to enter valid account credentials, usually a username and password, of a pre-existing Windows account on that particular system or in the Active Directory environment. If it's a domain joined machine, the above screenshot is an example of a typical Windows desktop. Each component that makes up the GUI is explained briefly below. Okay, there is first one is the desktop, second one is the startup menu, as you can see once I click on it. All right, search box is the third one, fourth is the taskbar, where you can see the current tasks that we have, task view, sorry, and the fifth one is taskbar, where currently open program will be there. Then sixth is the toolbar here, and seventh is the notification area on the very right side. Okay. Next up, the desktop is where you will have shortcuts to programs, folder, files, etc. These icons will either be well organized in the folder, sorted alphabetically, or scattered randomly with no specific organization on the desktop. In either way, these items are typically placed on the desktop for quick access. As you can see, we have Recycle, Bing, Google Chrome, and Wireshark. The look and feel of the desktop can be changed to suit your liking by right-clicking anywhere on the desktop. On the a context menu will appear. This menu will allow you to change the sizes of the desktop icons, specify how you want to arrange them, copy-paste items to the desktop, and create new items such as folders, shortcut, or text document. If you have been using Windows for quite a long time, this is a very basic stuff for you, okay? But in either case, we can see we have medium icons, align icons to degrees, show desktop icons, sort by nothing is selected here. Under display setting, you can make changes to the screen resolution and orientation. In case you have multiple computer screens, you can make configuration to the multiple screens setup here. This is true. Let's see what we have in display settings. We have nothing much. Everything is grayed out for me. Note, in the remote desktop session, some of the display setting will be disabled. Yes, because we are remotely logged in, so we cannot change few things. Awesome. You can also change the wallpaper by selecting the personalized. That is true. You can select the theme even. So this is the current wallpaper. Maybe we can go there or there, and then we don't need to click apply or anything. It will be changed. As you can see, under personalize, you can change the background image to the desktop, change fonts, themes, color scheme, etc. That is correct. Start menu. The previous versions of Windows, the word start was visible at the bottom left corner of the desktop GUI. In modern versions of the Windows, such as Windows 10, the word start does not appear anymore, but rather a Windows logo is shown instead. Even though the look of the start menu has changed, its overall purpose is the same. The start menu provides access to all apps and programs. Apology, I feel sleepy. Files, utility, tool, etc. that are most useful. Clicking on the Windows logo, the start menu will open. The start menu is broken up into sections. We have first one, second, and third. As you can see, pretty similar. First section, which is this one. Section of the start menu provides quick shortcuts to actions that you can perform with your account or login sessions, such as making changes to your user account, lock your screen, or signing out of your account. Other shortcuts specific to your account are your documents, icon, folder, and picture folder. Lastly, the gear COG icon will take you to the settings screen, and the power icon will allow you to disconnect from a remote desktop session. Shut down the computer or restart the computer. That is true. Okay, so you can either disconnect, shut down, or reset, or restart. Sorry. Okay. In the blue image, you can see what each of the icon represents. To expand this section, click on the icon that resembles a hamburger at the top. Okay, we did that. The section will show all recently added apps programs at the top, and all the installed apps programs that are configured to appear in the start menu. In this section, you will also see the apps programs will be listed in alphabetical order. Each letter will have its own section, which is like below: recently added, and then with alphabetically all other programs and the files are listed. Okay. In the above image, the first box is where the recently added apps program will appear. Okay, here you can see recently added programs, and then the programs listed by alphabetically. The second box is where all the installed apps program will appear. Note, in your VM, Google Chrome will not show up as a recently added program anymore. If you have a long list of installed apps program, you can jump to a particular section in the list by clicking on the letter heading to launch an alphabetical grid. See below. Okay, so we can do like this. W. All right. No, this white letter match the letter headings. The right side of the start menu is where you will find icons for specific apps, programs, or utilities. These icons are known as tiles. We have Server Manager, Windows PowerShell, ISE, Windows Administrative, something administrative tools, Task Manager, Control Planner, Remote Desktop, Event Viewer, and File Explorer. If you right click on any of these tiles, you guessed it, a menu will appear to allow you to perform more actions on the selected tile, such as resizing the tile, unpinning from the start menu, view its property, etc. See below. Alright. Okay. As program can be added to this start menu section by right clicking the app program and selecting pin to start. Okay. The taskbar. Okay, this is the taskbar. Some of the components are enabled and visible by default. The taskbar 6, for example, was enabled for demonstration purpose. This one, this is task view, and this is the taskbar. We can enable it or disable it, right? If you or like me want to disable some of these components, you can right click on the taskbar to bring up a context menu that will allow you to make changes. Okay. Any app, program, folder, file, etc. that you open will appear in the task bar. Okay, let's open the Chrome browser, and it will appear here. Okay, hovering over the icon will provide a preview thumbnail along with a tooltip. This tooltip is handy if you have many apps programs open, such as Google Chrome. You wish to find which instead of Google Chrome is the one you need to bring into the focus. When you close any of these items, they will disappear from the taskbar unless you explicitly pinned it to the taskbar. So as you can see here, this is a thumbnail. That means we are on the very first tab. Okay, once I close it, it will be closed. All right. Notification area. The notification area, which is typically located at the bottom right of the Windows screen here, is where the date and time are displayed. Other icons possibly visible in this area in the volume icon, network, wireless icon, to name a few. Icon can be either added or removed from the notification area in the task setting. Okay, so this is my host operating system. Okay, let me make a full screen, and this is the operating system that I'm accessing. There's nothing here, but there is an icon from the but you can see date and time menu is there with the calendar. From there, scroll down to the notification area section to make changes. Okay, task settings, taskbar settings. Notification area is here. We cannot do much because it is disabled. Here are the Microsoft Briefs documentation for the start menu and notification area. If you want to know more about this, just click on the links and follow through. We're gonna pass on. You can right click any folder, file, program, or icon to view more information or perform other actions on the clicked item. Which section will hide and disable the search box? Which selection? Show search box. Search. Which selection will hide, disable the search box? Hidden. Right? Yeah. Which selection will hide disable the task view button? Task view button. Extra. Which selection will hide the task view? Show task view button. Okay, it is disabled. Show task view button, right? Show task view button. Okay. Beside clock and network, what other icon is visible in the notification? Nothing. Network? I don't see any. Right clicking. Right. Try right clicking the icon. Which icon, man? Go desktop. Go desktop. Yes, this is what we are looking for. No. Don't have any here, man. Beside clock and network, what other icon is visible in the notification area? I don't know which one. Maybe sound. Wait a moment. Let's see. Maybe it is here somewhere. The 6, 7 is the notification. I don't see any. What about if we make it low? Let's see. New notification. This is focus assist. Focus assist, I think. Let's see. New notification or focus assist. Test. No, not this. Which basically the ultimate action center. Yeah, it was action center. Okay, awesome. So let's continue. We have done the until the desktop. Let's continue with the file system maybe, and then once we come back we'll go through rest of it. Okay, let's continue with the file system at least. The file system used in modern versions of the Windows is the New Technology File System, or simply NTFS. Before NTFS, there was FAT16 and FAT32 file allocation table and HPFS, High Performance File System. You still see FAT partitions in use today. For example, you typically see FAT partitions in USB devices, micro SD cards, etc., but traditionally not on personal Windows computer or laptop or Windows servers. NTFS is known as a journaling file system. In case of a failure, the file system can automatically repair the folder and file on the disk using information stored in the log file. This function is not possible with the FAT. NTFS addresses many of the limitations of the previous file systems, such as supports files larger than 4 GB. 4 GB is nothing compare in today's world. It may have much maybe 15 years ago. Set specific permissions on the folder and files compression, encryption file system, or EFS. If you are running Windows, what is the file system your Windows installation is using. You can check the properties, right click of the drive your operating system installed on, and typically it is the C drive, as you can see here. Let's try that. I will open the Explorer and PC, and this is the file, C drive, and here are the properties. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay, let's go back. You can read one minute. Yeah, to C drive. You can read Microsoft official documentation on FAT, HPFS, and NTFS. Here, we're gonna pause on. Let's speak briefly on some features that are specific to NTFS. On NTFS volumes, you can set permissions that grant or deny access to the files and folders. The permissions are full control, modify, read, and execute. This folder contents read, write. The below image lists the meaning of each permission on how it applies to a file and folder. Created Microsoft. Okay, this is copied from Microsoft. We have permission, we have meaning for folder and meaning for file. Read permits viewing and listing of the files and subfolder. Permits viewing or accessing of the files content. Okay, write permits adding of the files and folders. Permits writing to a file. Read and execute permits viewing and listing of the files and subfolder, as well as executing of the files inherited by files and folder. Permits viewing and accessing of the files content, as well as executing of the file. List folder contents. Permits viewing and listing of the files and subfolder, as well as the executing of the files inherited by folder only. Modify permits reading and writing of the file. Subfolder allows deletion of the folder. Permits reading and writing of the files, allow deletion of the file. This is confusing, right? Because in writing, basically you can also do the modification, right? So modification will only allow you to have one additional thing, which is deletion. Full control permits reading, writing, changing, deleting of the files and subfolders. Permits reading, writing, changing, and deleting of the files. Okay. How can you view the permission for a file or folder? Right click the file or folder you want to check for permissions. From the context menu, select properties. Within the properties, click on the security tab. In the groups or usernames list, select the user, computer, or the group whose permission you want to view. In the below image, you can see the permission for the users here. So let's do that. And Windows at this, click on properties, here is the security, and these are all the permissions that are there for all application packages. We have created on our system and whatnot. Trusted installer users. We have read, execute, list files. Okay. Refer to Microsoft documentation to get a better understanding of NTFS. Permissions for special permissions. Another feature for NTFS is alternate data stream, ADS. Alternate data stream is a file attribute specific to Windows NTFS, new technology file system. Every file has at least one data stream, and ADS allows files to contain more than one stream of data. Natively, Windows Explorer does not display ADS to the users. There are third-party executable that can be used to view this data, but PowerShell gives you the ability to view the ADS for files. So basically, you can hide some data inside a file, and Windows Explorer will not show you that unless you're using PowerShell or some other third-party tools. From a security perspective, malware writer have used ADS to hide data. Yes, that is true. And not all its uses are malicious. For example, when you download a file from the internet here, there are identifiers within the ADS to identify that the file was downloaded from the internet. To learn more about the ADS, refer to the following link, Malware Byte. You can click on it and read more information. Bonus, if you wish to interact hands-on with the ADS, I suggest exploring the day 21 of the advent of Cyber 2. Cyber 4 is coming up, man. Okay, that was in 2020. Wow, a long time before. Okay. What is the meaning of NTFS? New technology file system, I think. File system or filing system. Yay, awesome. So thank you guys for joining me on this journey on doing this cybersecurity 101 learning path. We have covered from task 1 to task 4. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Help us grow the community, and let me know how I am doing. If you have any comments, please put it in the comment section down below, and I promise I will address every comment you will mention below. So we are wrapping up for today. Once we come back, we're gonna start the task 5, and hopefully we'll be able to complete the whole room here. Okay, so thank you again, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.